Over comments made by Governor Pillen regarding his family business hog farming.
Our Brian Mastry digs into what he said about a journalist and her response. Brian joins us live in the newsroom now. Brian?
Aaron, when there's a critical story written or broadcast, it is not unusual for the target to lash out at the author of the story rather than the content. If you're in this business long enough, it's bound to happen. Sometimes it's politicians, maybe it's families of suspects. The list is long. Well, this is about how Governor Pillen reacted to a story last month from the Flatwater Free Press in Nebraska, raising questions about the environmental impact of his hog farms to drinking water. This is the newsroom for Flatwater Free Press in the Old Market. It's an independent, nonprofit news organization focusing on Nebraska stories.
I really wanted to do journalism in a way that, transcends a lot of the, common talking points.
Yan-Shi Xu has worked on various investigations in Omaha for 2 years. And in that time, her work on examining high nitrate levels and the potential link to childhood cancer has won a national award. When she zeroed in on Pillen Family Farms, Governor Jim Pillen's company, she found the data of 16 of his hog farms had high nitrate levels. According to the reporter, the governor directed questions to the Pillen Farm CEO, his daughter Sarah, who said they've always had a commitment to being positive stewards of the land. But days after the story ran, KFAB asked the governor to comment on Yan-Shi Xu's reporting. Here's what he said on the radio airwaves.
Well, number one, I didn't read it and I won't. And number two, all you got to do is look at the author. Authors from Communist China. What more do you need to know?
Found it pretty disheartening. That was the only thing he said.
This much is true. Yan-Shi Xu grew up in China, but pursued American journalism, got her master's at the University of Missouri-Columbia.
I had really hoped that the governor would respond to us and that could really help the story and tell the full story in a way. But I was not expecting him to only address one thing. That's where I'm from.
And then when I heard it, my blood boiled.
Matt Wynn penned a letter of outrage today over the governor's comments. He's the executive director, which launched the place where Yan-Shi Xu now works.
Come after us on reporting, come after us on journalism, and that is fair game. We welcome that. That's how we do this business. That's how we approach this work. Do not come after our reporters for who they are.
It's been more than a month since the governor's comments on the radio, and like the original story, there's been no response from him. As for Yan-Shi Xu, her friends who are Chinese and living in Nebraska offered this.
Some of them told me that they found it pretty hurtful and unacceptable. And so that's why I think that there's, value in holding those in power to account.
Now, Aaron and John, this afternoon, the AsianAmerican Journalists Association offered this reaction to what the governor said. The board told me that Yan-Shi Xu deserves to do her job without fear of being dismissed and discredited solely because of her country of origin. And the journalist organization stands with her by supporting a pipeline of diverse journalists who can hold governments accountable without being subjected to xenophobic stereotypes. And she tells me that they gave the governor a month to respond to the Communist China radio comments directed at her, but did not hear back. We checked in today as well. We haven't heard back either. On your side in Omaha, Brian Mastry, 6 News.